This is a question posed to all of you now within the group, navigating those setbacks and growth. For those who are afraid to step towards building a legacy, what is the worst advice that you've ever received? And I'm asking the worst advice because we hear the good advice all the time. But I want to hear the worst advice you ever received. And what was the best after? So give me one and one. Anybody can start.
Well, I feel like the worst advice I ever received was like on the other side of the best advice I ever received, And so it's like if you're here and you're afraid, it's like you only got today. Like we're not guaranteed tomorrow. Like what you have is here and now, and like bringing the passions and the experience and the knowing that you have here and now, the resources that you have here and now. Because the worst advice I ever received was like, find your lane, become an expert. And it's like, I don't have, I found my lane by doing. I found my lane as I tried and put myself out there. So I feel like they kind of go hand in hand. It's like you just have to I think the best thing you can do is just be present in your life and bring all of your energy and your creativity and your passion and your whatever excites you, bring it to here and just live full on, because we don't have tomorrow, and you don't have to specialize in one thing. It doesn't have to be your thing for the rest of your life. You can just follow your heart and your passions and see what kind of beautiful, diverse garden that comes from all of that.
Ooh, a diverse garden. Yes. Just clap for that. Come on. I like a diverse garden. I don't know if you like the same vegetables all the time, but I like the diversity. Anybody else?
I can share some story.
Yeah.
For the worst case, the worst advice I received in my life, I'm going back to early stage of this legacy building journey, actually. So probably 13 years ago, I had this best girlfriend. Now, no more, but anyway. This girlfriend, she was majored in English, and I spoke zero English back then. And I met her, hey, I need your advice. I'm thinking to go to Canada and study abroad and pursue this global blah, blah, I have this vision, what do you think? The first things she said as an advice, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail. Yeah, you're gonna fail because this. For 2 hours, we sat down there and she would just brainwash me pretty much, because it's very expensive living outside. And all my English majored friends went to Australia, UK, US. They all failed. They came back. You know what, AJ? You're going to fail and you're going to return home within 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was the worst advice ever
that
on my
journey.
That ain't your bestie. But guess what? I didn't fucking listen to her.
Period.
See, period. Bish, I'm still here, right? So I didn't go back. After 2 years. But anyway, it was miserable advice. How could you still be my best friend? Yeah, and I went to her because she was in, living internationally and blah, blah. So in the opposite side, the best advice I received was, people's advice sometimes reflect their need or their feelings, right? People may praise you because your story, your journey, your perspective resonate theirs, right? Or sometimes people dismiss you because out of their insecurity or jealousy, right? Once we know that truth, then we can just, what to hang on to, what to just get rid of and ignore and pursue your own way. Yeah. Can I say F word on the record?
It's fine.
Yeah, I already did it.
It's too late.
Just double checking. Chop it. Chop this story.
When people do that, right? Because I want to give people a solution right now. Because this one Carol put me onto the 4 agreements. And although there's a few, you can't use that book alone. You gotta use it with other books, right? Thanks. And so I got the halftime from Tara. Thank you, Tara. How do we negate that? Because you said something very powerful. So I'll say very quickly. someone comes to me and it's like, oh, the other day I had lunch with someone. They're like, oh, you're so sweet. People will take advantage of you. I'm sure people take advantage of you. You're so sweet. I need to learn from you how to be sweeter. And you need to learn from me how to be harsher. I was like, hold on. I don't agree with that. If someone said, cut that. When that person said that to you, you because it's a spell on you. It's a spell. Oh, you have a little bit of neck ache? I've been struggling with that for 20 years holding a film camera. So, that nothing's going to go. I said, I'm going to go for a walk. I went for a walk. He's a very, very established cinematographer in the world. So I'm like, he must be right. I came back and I said, Mr. X, that is not true. I will heal within 7 days. My neck will heal. That is not true. I don't agree with that. It's not I don't agree with you. I don't agree with that. And then it's done, right? And I think the worst advice is actually now giving birth to my project. 10 years ago, I wrote a song called Sound of My Love. It was 2015. I had the original production I did. 2015. You know why I didn't put it out for 10 years? Because someone said to me, you only have 300 followers right now, so why don't you should wait for more people to come to the mountain. Then someone else I know, a very established producer who's produced for Drake and Jay-Z, the only producer who's ever produced for both, says to me, you see all the songs you just did? You see that one right there? That's going to get people to the top of the mountain. So you're holding out because someone's like, oh, do this, do that. Worst advice. That song is the song. That piece of art is the art, right? And then on the flip side of that, the best advice is an amalgamation of a bunch of different people. It's one line. It's really one line. Be true to yourself. Perfection is not needed. It's really not needed. Understand who you are, your message, and create a community around you. And then when you have that, and you really, really work on mastering your craft, go with faith. The faith, that's the journey. The difference between your journey, my journey, our journeys, is how you went in faith. That's what people will talk about you once you're gone. And I know how you've gone in faith. I know how you've gone in faith. That's what people will talk about. How did they do that? There's no guarantees. There's no guarantees of money. You were just given a gift. Do it for that gift. Do it for the person who put you on this planet. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. So go in faith is the best, like running off a cliff and knowing your safety net. If you don't believe in God, someone bigger is going to catch you. You got to figure out who that is. That's it.
Thank you, Dahlia. Simone, do you have anything to add?
I do. Worst advice, don't be selfish. Yeah, you can go somewhere with that.
Yep.
More of us need to be selfish because you know that adage. I like bringing up adages. So, you get on a plane and they tell you before you give the mask to someone else, you got to put yours on first. Why? People don't really think about that, right? So we have a lot of people out here, being selfless, which is a beautiful thing, but you've done nothing for yourself. So who are you really helping? So.
100%. It's a combination of the two, right? And
Yeah.
I really resonate with that. Even myself, while preparing my own legacy, it's that I knew I had to be attentive and caring to my own needs, right? So self-care, and then be able to go out and give to my community. Everything that we're able to even build here in space with you all is because I take care of myself.
Yeah.
And only when I take care of myself can I then return that love to my community. So I urge you, even in this conversation that you heard today, how will you prepare yourself for your legacy? Because we talk about preparation as like, the things I need to do for my legacy, but the things that you need to do for yourself first in order to prepare your legacy, right? So how will you do that actively daily? And it could be 30-minute increments, learn something new, challenge your mind, but how will you do that? And I think this is a great lead up to,
Wait. Best advice.
Yeah.
You
You want me to give you the best
No,
advice?
I want to give my best advice.
Oh, give
I
your
didn't
best
give my
advice.
best.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I didn't get to that one.
Go ahead.
Watch the company you keep.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I had to have a conversation with somebody about that recently.
Yeah.
I won't name names.
Watch the
but
company
watch
you
the
keep.
company you keep.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because you don't realize that the same people around you may be setting you up for your own failure because you don't have proper examples of what it looks like to build a legacy that you
Exactly.
want in the first place.
Yeah. We go with who we vibrate at sometimes. Yeah. And I had to learn that, but I had to learn that the hard way. Right? So now I'm very mindful of who I have around me. Right? They say sometimes your best friend is your what? Worst enemy. You've got to be very mindful of the company that you keep. Especially, I was speaking again to one of the vendors here. I believe it was Chrissy. Yes, Chrissy's Cookies. And we were talking about the fact that when you start growing, when you tell your friend, I'm about to start, oh yeah, girl, go ahead, start your business. Then you start doing well. So people like to always see you do well, just never better than them.
Yeah.
So you got to be really careful with the company you keep. Yeah.
I love that. And it's very important. This end all be all. It's like my mom used to tell me all the time, right? As a kid, she was like, mind the company
Mind
you
your
keep.
company,
A
yeah.
friend, you call a friend. That a friend? What kind of friend is that? I'm like, oh, okay. My mom saw them before I saw them, right?
Absolutely.
And I think it's that intuition that, like, as I grow, I always try to find that discernment, and like that my mom had is like, how did she notice right off the bat that that wasn't a good friend? You know what I mean? Like, and I think that came from like the ground level work that you do in preparing yourself and understanding who you are and what you deserve as a person, right? Because unless you do that work, you don't know how it is that you're going to show up into space and how people are going to receive you. But also, it's more so like people may be rude to you, but how are you going to respond?
And are you reacting or responding? Which one?
Are you reacting or responding? Which one? I love that. Thank you. Yeah, give it a clap. Are you sleeping? All right, y'all. So to kind of wrap us up, this one's gonna be a quick rapid fire, okay? If you could create a legacy blueprint, 3 steps, okay, for preparing their legacy, what would it be? Give me 3 steps.
Dream it,
Woo!
believe it, be it. That's what I feel like. Because, you gotta you gotta sit and create a vision. Like, what do you wanna do? What excites you? What's that world you're seeing? And as a poet, as a creator, as an artist, I love creating worlds. I'm a dreamer. I'll sit in meditation, I'll sit with nature, and I'll dream possibilities that are not realities right now, about who we could be as a society, about what we could step into as a collective, and I'll dream it. And then, you know what? No one is gonna believe in it if you don't, right? So it's like you have to put your energy, you gotta put your hand to the plow, you gotta put your eye on the prize, and you gotta run. You gotta put your energy towards it and invest in it and be the first to really believe it. And then as you believe it, it becomes that reality for you, and you embody it. And then you bring that legacy, you bring that reality, you bring that vibration everywhere you go, and that's contagious, right? No one's gonna believe something if it's not like first captivating your own reality and your own imagination.
Yes, Heather. Oh, I love that. 3 words. Anybody want to follow that?
Okay, yeah. My 3 steps: know thyself, know thy environment, and adapt. Adaptation is the highest form of intelligence. You don't adapt, you die. Know thyself, know thy environment, and then adapt.
Yes. Give it up for that. Yes.
My 3 steps are going to be a little bit more practical, coming from business mindset maybe. Definitely know your why and what. Act, and then reiterate. So review, reflect, reiterate, like how you did. Like, that's how we do it for business too, right? Always go back to the process. Yeah. Reiterate. Yeah. A lot, thousands times maybe. Yeah.
I think mine might be similar. I think it's clarity. What's your vision? What's your values? Don't tell anybody until you have your vision and you know what you're about, right? Clarity. Unless you want to talk about it with your parents or mom, sister, right? Clarity, action, bold action. Embrace that. Like, I am bold and I'm going to do this, even if it means being disruptive. That makes the best art. So clarity, action, and this one is really hard. I'm really only doing it thanks to having a best friend in Carol, which is community. So clarity, action, community. I've been one flower, literally my name is Dahlia, one dahlia flower in one dahlia bush. And then I was like, no, I need a whole bush of dahlias. Oh, now I need a whole garden. And you are, what a beautiful garden to be in today, because that is the community piece. I've been doing this for a very, very long time alone. And then I started to add incredible partners. So clarity, action, community. CAC.
Yeah. Yeah.
That. Thank you so much. Give it up for a beautiful panelist. You know, as we wrap up, I just want to leave you with this closing thought. You know, legacy isn't just what we build, but it's giving permission for others to build it too. And what's one thing, you know, that we can give the next generation permission to do?
Can I disrupt? I'm not a fan of the concept of permission. I think we are already inherently permitted to dream, to act, to do anything you want. So I would say no permission. I'm not permitted by who? You know, like who? Yeah. So we are already, yeah.
I go back to the same. For me, I understand the importance of knowing yourself. It's one of the most practical things you could ever do, is to know yourself. Because that's how you navigate this world. We all have to navigate, but if you don't know who the hell you are, you're gonna get lost. Whether it's in business, whether it's in relationships, whether it's in school, you're gonna get lost. So know yourself.
Amen. I love that. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Simone Smith, Dahlia Fernandes, Heather Beamish, and AJ Kim for joining us today. Give it up. Thank you so much.
I keep moving so they try to control me. Somebody tell me why they're trying to mold me. I just remember what my mama told me. God by my side, nothing can hold me. I keep moving so they try to control me. Somebody tell me why they're trying to mold me. I just remember what my mama